Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Simply Building with Soap the Great. And in today's episode we are going to be finishing up our little country church here. So if you remember, the last time we were here we worked on the interior details, okay? And so now it's time to turn our attention to the outside, the exterior. And you can probably see some of the issues. You notice it's kind of this flat wall of stone brick, and what we want to do is bring in some texture. Okay, so first thing what we're going to do is come on down here. I'm going to pop that block out, and right there we're going to expose that log. That's one of the roof beams. Okay, and what we're going to do is just real simple. We're going to put a stone, or not a stone, a fence right there. Okay, the reason we're doing that is we get a lot of texture, a lot of layers just in one block. Okay, so you notice here we've got a full block and a little bit of inset in here, and we get the fence, right? Okay, and then the fence has its own little detail, and then that pops down into the beam right there, and so we get 3 layers essentially right there in one block. That's a lot, and we get multiple textures. We've got the stone, the log, and this kind of plank-like texture on the fence. And we're going to just add a little bit extra here. Stone brick stair, just kind of doing the same thing we did with the windows. A little bit of inset there, and once again we're going for as much detail as we can in a small amount of space. And so right there we'll just back up a little bit and see how that breaks it up. Yeah, that's what we're going for. Now we can't do it on this face because we've got that window right there, but we can come around and do it back here. So not that one, but we can put our stair there, and there we go. And once again, fence, and there we go. Okay, now the next thing we are going to do is try and make this building look like it has been here for quite some time, and the way we're going to do that is with our mossy stone brick and our cracked stone brick. And to this point so far I have given you a lot of exact measurements, namely 9 by 15 on the seating area, 5 by 5 on the foyer, and so on. At this point it's going to get into judgment call time, so you will have to make these judgment calls yourself. Okay, first things we're going to do is get the mossy stone brick out, and what we want to keep in mind is that we're going to try and mimic reality as much as possible, and moss grows wherever there is shade and wherever there is water. And generally shade is going to happen if you're in the northern hemisphere on the north face of things, and if you're in the southern hemisphere on the south face, and water is going to be collecting pretty much where roof lines connect. Okay, so we're probably going to have water congregating along this edge right here, and so it might be good at this point maybe to put a little bit of mossy there, and we're not going to say, hey, only mossy up to this level. No, because if you've ever watched moss or ever looked at moss, does it ever grow to one level and stop? No, it kind of grows haphazardly. So we want to keep that in mind. Wherever water might congregate, we'll put a little bit of this mossy stone brick. Okay, so not, again, you don't want to go overboard with it. You just want to make it a little bit of highlights. Okay, so we'll come around, and you notice I'm putting it on the corners wherever there's dirt. Dirt tends to encourage the moss to grow, and we'll do the same thing here. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, maybe it really got going there. All right, and same thing here. We are in a corner, and we'll do some there. Alright, so pretty good there. Another place might be that one. Okay, and again, there's no hard and fast rules here, so what you want to do is just kind of think about where your site placement is and keep that in mind. So in my case, we'll bring up the F3 screen. I am facing west there, south there, so our north side is going to be on this side, so we might want to put a little more mossy right here. Let's get rid of the F3 screen so we don't have that bothering you, if that does indeed bother you. And go right there, and you know, that's pretty good for the floor. Again, we don't want to go crazy with it. Maybe you might want to, and that is perfectly fine. Just I'm just giving you a little bit of some guidelines to go by. Another place where water might gather is up here on the roof. We certainly don't like that because that means roof rot and roof repairs later, but it is a fact of building maintenance that the wood does rot, and so you have to replace it every now and then. Alright, so I think we are pretty much done with the mossy stone brick for now. So we will just ignore that for the time being, and we're going to go over to our cracked stone brick, and this you get to have a little bit more leeway with. Just go in kind of randomly as possible, and that is why I have gotten the other pieces of the details that we saw on the inside. Wherever we did those wall sconces, because we're probably breaking them. In fact, I think I just broke one. And again, not necessarily overboard, but we do want to kind of make this look like it's been here for a while. And the cracking of the stone is somewhat random in real life. Yep, there we go. And you just kind of come around just as you see fit. Again, there's no right way to do this. Just kind of go with the flow. Step back, and here in Creative, I've got the benefit of flying, and you know, we've broken up the face a little bit, and I think that one's done. Okay, so we'll come over here. Got a little bit more on the ground side that we can do. Okay. Maybe add a little bit there, and we'll come in here and we'll break that top one again, and maybe we do 2 on this one. Yeah, that's good. And if you happen to mess it up a little bit, it's not a problem. Not a problem at all. There we go. And let's see, a little bit more, and then what we can do is do the step back test. And there, we've broken up the contours a little bit. Broken up that kind of monotonous gray. We'll do one more there. Yeah, so there we go. Same thing up here. Rinse and repeat, just as you see fit. Nothing in particular here, okay? And we're just going to do a little bit more. And then we'll get the front face. And this is where Creative mode really comes in handy. You can just fly around and punch the bricks out, but in survival you just have to build some scaffolding, and that's how you'll work. Okay, so maybe up here just a little bit extra detail. Not there. There we go. Let's get our stone brick slab to cover that back up. And yeah, so we're getting close to done, and what we'll do is kind of finish up and then go on the inside and fix what we broke, because we did break some stuff. Let's see, another thing you might consider is, since we're done with that, and hopefully that, you might consider bringing in some cobble, and maybe some mossy cobble, just to signify the rot that can occur over a really long time. But the problem there is that that green doesn't match so well. But maybe some cobble in there. We've really got some potential structural issues coming in here soon. But you know, you can just play around with that. So that's one of the textures that I would consider a breaking down of the stone brick texture. Now you might want to come in here as well and do the same thing. So maybe we got that and that and that, and maybe even up here. Maybe we've had some water issues. Maybe the roof leaked a little bit. No problem. Same thing. Okay, and you see that we've got some wall sconces that have had issues, and so we'll come back through and replace those. I don't know why the item frame didn't drop. Could be a snapshot issue, I'm not sure. So we'll do the same thing over here. Just finish this up, fix all our mess. Get close, there we go. How do we do over here? Just one more. And that, and that, and that. And we're pretty much done. Maybe we'll do... see, we don't have an even or an odd number to center this thing on. So I'll leave that to you. Maybe you can figure out where to put a wall sconce or some sort of lighting for over here. But yeah, that is the inside, complete from our wreckage from the outside. Let's just take a walk around, and we can examine the handiwork a little bit. Okay, so you see we added some detail on the outside, kind of broke up the boring stone brick a little bit, and it makes it look like the building has been here for quite some time. Maybe, yeah, that's good. And yeah, just play with it. And so if you happen to do something like this on your own, I would love to see screenshots. And you can share those with me at MC Soap the Great on Twitter. But that is it for this series. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, let me know in the comments below or at MC Soap the Great on Twitter, like I said earlier. But yeah, be thinking about potential future projects that we might do here. Your comments are always welcome, and I would love to hear the challenges you might want to give to me to try and build. But that is it. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, a like is always appreciated, and that's it. So I will see you in our next venture, whatever that may be. But thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I almost forgot to let you know that because we have finished a series, I am going to provide the world download as a link for you in the description below, so feel free to check that out. I will leave you at the project selector, so you'll be right here, so you can just click that button right there and you will head on over to the Country Church project. But that is it for now. Again, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.